Well, Lita was threatened by Vince if she doesn't partake in the live sex celebration. Oh boy. Lita claims Vince McMahon, aka the WWE, threatening to fire her if she refused to do a controversial segment with Edge. I didn't really care about it back then, and I don't care about it now. I just needed to do a video on this because I'm kind of curious as to see why now she's speaking out. Hopefully I get a clear understanding about this, because knowing Vince McMahon, the guy's a creep as well. You gotta keep that in mind. WWE Hall of Famer Lita has made a massive revelation during her recent Twitch stream, excuse me. Lita claimed that she didn't want to do a controversial segment with Edge on Monday Night Raw in 2006, where the two of them indulged in inappropriate action in the middle of the ring as a way to celebrate Edge's WWE title victory. Man, and now that you think about it, 2005 and 06 was one of the worst years ever. And their early years were just something. The segment took place on the Raw after New Year's Eve Revolution pay-per-view event in January 2006 when Edge cashed in the first Money in the Bank contract on John Cena to win the WWE Championship. However, Lita revealed that WWE threatened to fire her if she refused to do this segment with Edge on Raw. Lita added that Edge, John Cena, and many other crew members tried to stop this segment, but Vince McMahon liked it and he went ahead with it. She revealed that this ultimately led to her leaving WWE and the company buried her on the way out. Good God. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Vince McMahon is the known creep and he's a known pervert. Yes, women look good and anything, but bruh, you pretty much just made yourself look like a complete idiot. And the fact that you try to force a superstar to do what you want them to do, something that can cause a lot of controversy, knowing that everybody is going to be watching all over the world and inside the arena. So what you think by having sex in the middle of the ring, you wouldn't think that everybody will notice unless you're watching the other stuff, but it's why Vince McMahon, he has a problem. So the fact that she's saying this now, it makes me wonder, why didn't this happen back then? Why didn't she say something about it back then? Because I would have assured you that Vince McMahon would have been exposed right away. Oh, and I'm looking at the Twitter page, main events. It says, one night after defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship, Edge celebrated with a ranchy show in the middle of the ring with Lita. Car crash, TV at its best, worse. And a lot of people said this was one of the worst segments in January of 2006. The fact that they trying to threaten her because she refused to do a scene with Edge. I think this is how you know Vince McMahon wants his cake and eat it too. Lita's recent WWE appearances. Lita has won the WWE's Women's Championship 4 times and is considered one of the greatest women's superstars in the history of the company. Lita was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014 by her best friend Trish Stratus. We all know that. At the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match in 2018, Lita made her in-ring return as a surprise entrant. She again returned at WWE's first ever women's pay-per-view, WWE Evolution, in 2018. At the pay-per-view, she teamed up with Trish Stratus to defeat the team of Mickie James and Alicia Fox. She again competed on Monday Night Raw the following night in a 10-women tag match. This is when 2018 WWE became a joke, because I get you trying to represent the women's division in the wrestling industry, but the way they went about it, you can tell is heavily influenced by backstage politics, and you know how I feel about that. It was good to see her in action again, but what's the point of keep bringing these part-timers back just to boost up ratings? Come on, Vince, you got to try better than that. That's why your company sucks. Here's my thoughts on this. Vince McMahon will forever be known as a creep. If you didn't do what he tells you to do, like a controversial scene with Edge, or something disgusting like twerking in the ring, half naked in a thong, drawers on, bra, panties, and all that, it's like you're treating women wrestlers like strippers and porn stars rather than wrestlers. You're able to create something new. Vince McMahon will always be remembered as a guy who cannot have his way all the time. Getting to a point where a lot of people are going to stop watching this company if he continues to treat his employees dirty. Certain employees get to have third-party apps. All the other wrestlers don't. And what I'm seeing so far from Lita telling her story about how they threaten to fire her if she doesn't do one controversial thing. She went out on her own. Like I said, if they would have done this back then, Vince McMahon would have been exposed like right away. So it's crazy.